The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN just after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We got 24 minutes to go until the start of trading. Did everyone have fun yesterday? Because buckle up. We got another day today, man. You got the president speaking tonight, of course, to Congress, to the nation. And boy, tariff fears ratcheting up yet again. You have the president of Mexico speaking this morning. They're going to be announcing their tariffs reciprocally on Sunday. So she's giving a little caution. Interesting how the diverging paths of Canada, Mexico, right? Canada had everything ready to go at midnight last night. Mexico giving a little bit of caution, maybe seeing how things play out tonight. Nonetheless, you got markets lower, below where we were yesterday. We were up at about 20,600, and boom, just like that, right? We're at 20,385. You see the volatility in the last couple hours or so as you had the Mexican president speaking, talking about retaliatory efforts. Now, how does this calm down, right? That's the game theory that I'm trying to play out. Nonetheless, let's jump around to the markets. S&P is off by 27 right now, about 0.5%, and we just touched below where we were yesterday. And you talk about a sell-off, man. How about 3% from where we were from highs to lows yesterday? Now, there's an expectation in this market that these 25% tariffs can't possibly go into effect, especially in the auto industry, without some exemptions. Okay, so we're going to see how that plays out in the market right now, giving a little pause to that theory. NASDAQ 100, we're off by about 0.5% as well, off 85 points, 20,382. Dow off about 0.25%. How about the Dow yesterday? From a 44 handle to a 42 handle at the end of the day. 43,140 right now, and the Russell off by a full percentage point, off 21 points at 2,084. Crude, gotta love that. How about a 67.80 price point for crude? Cruise past the gas station today, 285, standard gas station. Gotta love it. Gold contract, catching a bid. You talk about a run. How about $100 from where we were on Friday, man? Up to $29.30, up $30 right now, and that's after the acceleration we got out of the gates from last Friday's low. You jump to notes and bonds. We got higher price and lower yield coming at you, folks. We got the 10-year right now, up by another 11 ticks. You're talking about a 10-year yield below 4.15. We're at 4.14. 4.14, the yield on the 10-year. We jump over the dollar. And yeah, this dollar is the biggest move out there, man. This dollar is weak, all right? Look at this move we got in these 2 days. Now, this is a pretty short-term channel line. We're only going back a couple months from where we were January 1st. But since that spike to 110.17, lower lows, lower highs. We reject the upper part of that channel line, the upper channel line. That was on the acceleration last week, and boom. Since then, all the pressure to the downside right now, right? We just got a 105 handle, so we got yields dropping. We got the dollar dropping, okay? And why are yields dropping? Well, part of the reason is just the simplistic nature that people are saying, get me out of Dodge until this volatility is over, right? Get me out of Dodge. What I'll do, I'll buy some treasuries. I'll buy fixed income. This is the offset that's supposed to happen outside of the Fed and rates, etc. But nonetheless, man, you spiked to 111.28. We take a look at this yield just above where we were, right? That spike in December, 111.20. We're at 111.22. So you're right at that area, critical area. You break above there. We going to 115? We might be, man. We might be. Market's got about 3 cuts priced in right now because the volatility you're seeing right now, imagine the investment landscape, okay? We're seeing a very short-term impact to the market right now. And that's what's tough here, okay? If you agree with these tariffs, there's going to be some short-term pain. And that's the bummer that the message isn't out there. It's the same thing as if, when you believe in these tariffs, there is some short-term pain. Because in order for these tariffs to have the effect that the president wants and his supporters want, you have to actually change the supply chain, which takes years. You have to change the investments that companies are making as opposed to making those investments overseas, making them here. Again, those investments take years to play out, right? So we're looking at a very short-term picture, but imagine the investment landscape. Imagine you're a corporate CEO trying to make investment decisions, okay? Now, the whole point is, of these tariffs, according to the president, is outside of the fact that some of these have drugs in them, okay, which is, man, that fentanyl deal, but a lot of it is economic, in my opinion, okay, using that as the executive order, able to do it. So if you want those investment decisions to make changes, it's going to take years to play out, okay? And what happens in those years, right? The only sound decision you can make right now is probably invest in America. That's what they want. Might be the best in the long run. That's going to take years to pay off. And that's the toughest that's the toughest part about this, right? It's going to take years for those changes. If we really want to industrialize America again, it's going to take years. And those years would be very difficult for capital investments when there's so much unknown out there. And I'm going a little big picture, but yeah, you better believe that's the possibility, man. All right, let's go over to some of the headlines from this morning. And a lot of them having to do with the Mexican president speaking as she was just wrapping things up. And yeah, you got Best Buy, you got Target out here. But yeah, they talked about, so Scheinbaum's out there, finished her statement about 8:45 on tariffs. Next Sunday is when she'll announce tariff or non-tariff measures. She gives a little bit of pause as opposed to Canada, who already announced theirs. So we'll see how it plays out, man. You know, you're going to get the president speaking tonight in his speak to Congress. And so what's he going to say, all right? You're going to be holding? Now, listen, we are at the point that, yeah, you better believe you might get, I was talking about it yesterday, man. We got a two-way market, okay? You got a two-way market, all right? We've been short this market in Market Insights. We almost got stopped out on the open yesterday, and we got stopped. So you get stopped out, it's okay. Why is it okay? Because there's going to be plenty of opportunities, folks, all right? Trump comes out and saves the day. You know this is how it's playing out, right? He knows the market's cascading lower. All he has to do is give a reprieve, and you're going to get a pop there. How does this play out as we go forward? But those are the things that are in play tonight. So, yeah, you might get some volatility to the upside, but the pressure is to the downside in this market right now. You bounce right into the area from January 13th, that area 58.09. We just hit 58.12, right? Within 3 points of that price level, man. Nice 5,800 round number. You break below there. Maybe you got a little resistance between 56.39 and 56.82. But you're talking about wiping out everything from the election, man. Yeah. See where I digest. It's going to be an interesting day. All right, let's jump around to some of the equities with some action this morning. Best Buy, trading lower, down about $5. And yeah, Best Buy, they're talking about it, man. Of course there's going to be price increases, folks. This is how it works, okay? They're a tax. Tariffs are a tax. They're not the greatest thing ever. Okay, yeah, they might be able to influence the types of decisions you're talking about, but they are a straight-out tax that is going to be shifted to many consumers, and Best Buy is out there sounding the alarm, and they're trading a little bit lower. Earnings, they beat on the top and bottom line. We'll talk about this. We'll talk some Target. We got lots to talk about, folks. Stay tuned. Markets in negative territory. S&P's off by 28. Be back in 3 minutes. Don't go away. If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger Zen, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger Zen, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Morning Market Kickoff is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Welcome back, folks. And you got markets escalating to the downside, volatility everywhere in this market. It's going to be a wild one on that opening bell. We get the S&Ps off by 35, NASDAQ 100 off by 110 right now. And yeah, you got some volatility. You got Lutnick out there, the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, and he's making it very clear in a CNBC interview this morning that more tariffs are coming for Canada. Always interesting to see where the posturing, right, where the negotiations take place on a public stage. He's objecting, this is Lutnick, to dairy tariff rates in Canada, saying the administration will count Canada's federal sales tax as a tariff when it calculates its own reciprocal tariff beginning as soon as April 2nd. He doesn't know why cars sold in America should be billed partly or wholly there. So and to pull this over, I mean, here's the kicker, right? Maybe you agree with that. Maybe you don't. What I don't think the administration is being fair to, and hopefully there's some pause here, however it happens, right? This would be a monumental shift in the car industry that would take a lot of short-term pain. That's what nobody's putting out there, and that's okay. Listen, I think in the grand scheme of Tommy, all right, Tommy's 4 years old, and I think let's make sure the world's okay for him. And listen, I want it to be okay for him tomorrow too, okay? But a little short-term pain to make sure, whether it's the debt, right, whether it's jobs, I think we all agree on that. Especially if you have kids, you're looking at, even if you don't, right, the future generations, all that above. But if you're talking about, okay, that literally you got the Commerce Secretary saying he doesn't know why cars sold in America should be built partly or wholly anywhere, it's a massive shift, okay, that would take some real impact on the industry, and we'll see where if it goes from there. And you're seeing Best Buy out there as well. Yeah. So we jump from Best Buy to Target. And yeah, there you go, man. There's going to be pressure in this market, man. Target said profit margins may be pressured, citing factors such as uncertainty around consumer sentiment and tariffs. Brian Cornell said shoppers are likely to see price hikes in stores over the next couple of days. You got 48 hours. Get out there quick. To blunt that impact, the CEO of Target said they have been scenario planning with a particular focus on fresh produce imported mostly from Mexico, such as avocados, bananas, and strawberries. We're going to try to make sure we can do everything we can to protect pricing. But if there's a 25% tariff, those prices will go up. Yeah, period. End of sentence. Okay. Now, what's interesting here is that Target, they have a little grocery section, right? They have a little refrigerated grocery section. Now, Publix is premium pricing. The one thing I do love about Publix, and they know how to get it. They know what matters. They know where you can differentiate yourself, where you get to charge more money than everybody else. It's mostly in produce and then in what? Beef, right? Meat, the stuff that you're really looking for freshness, produce especially. Target, Publix just gets it done. Target, not so much. So if that's the only area, I wonder how many people are actually produce shopping at Target on a regular basis. Because, number one, in my opinion, it's not the best quality and it's not the best prices. So what are you doing, right? You want the best prices? Go to Walmart. Go to Sam's. You want the best quality? Go to Publix. Go to a nice, fruit market or produce market near you. Target, kind of in the middle there of where they fall, especially in the refrigerated section. All right. Now, we got to talk about this coin. This one, in terms of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin gives back its entire gain. Imagine that, right? The government, the president announces that they're going to create a strategic reserve, and Bitcoin gives it up. Now, the market gave it up as well, okay? You jump over to Ethereum, gives it up as well. If you were a buyer of Ethereum on Friday, you have lost money by Tuesday. Pay attention to this one, folks, all right? If you're a short-term trader, there's nothing like crypto right now. But longer term, there's no way, okay, that if you're in that industry, you finally get the announcement. Now I know how it goes. It's buy the rumor, sell the news to a certain degree, okay? But folks, this was not a buy the rumor, sell the news because things had already rolled over. That's really what you want to pay attention to, okay? The market had already given it up. Markets are pulling back. Trump throws a bone to his supporters in the crypto portion of the market. You get that pop and you give it up within a day, okay? You can't be bigger than the market, all right? And what's going on in crypto, it just doesn't make sense. Listen, all we talk about is how we got a surging debt. Now we have a budget that's going to cut taxes for the wealthiest, still end up with a massive debt, and now we're going to take taxpayer money while we're massively in debt and buy Solana. Folks, take a step back, look at that big picture, and ask yourself if it makes sense. I can understand Bitcoin, okay, but this is where you're seeing a little bit of pushback, rightfully so, from even the crypto players, the Winklevoss. Yeah, they're saying, what are you doing adding these crap coins, for lack of a better term, okay? And I'm surmising, okay? But yeah, these are crypto entrepreneurs being like, I don't think they're suitable for a strategic reserve. Do you think he's being kind? Do you think he chose his words kindly? Okay. There's no reason. Now, the reason why I'm bringing it to the market is, okay, pay attention to the charts. The charts don't lie. You just got the announcement and we're lower. Okay. This market's saying, hey, man, what's going on? All right. They're saying, what is really going on here if you're adding Ripple, Solana, Cardano? Okay. Yeah. Well, what could be going on, all right, and this is where, everything is divisive. Everyone's got their opinions these days, right? If you're a supporter of Trump, you're saying, man, there's big problems. You got to lay it play out. Everybody is sounding the alarms. If you're against it, you're saying, man, this is the worst thing we've ever seen, et cetera, right? Ukraine, all that stuff. But you don't have to be a genius to know there's hijinks going on, and I'm being kind, okay? David Sachs, who's the crypto czar, okay? Now, first of all, this guy does not have to abide by the regular rules that normally come in, Oh, let me find it. Shame on me. I had this already. I got too many articles up here, don't I? Let me see. So he's got a crypto White House summit on March 7th. I mean, they're trying. Yeah. So I'm going to find, he does not have, he's a temporary employee, whatever the status that they give him, okay, he doesn't have the normal divestiture rules that you're talking about. And what he continually keeps saying is he sold, and I got to get it exactly, and we'll get it when we come back, okay? Because he says he sold his crypto, but man, there's so many ways to have exposure. He sold all his crypto prior to the start of the administration, okay? Their direct cryptocurrency holdings is what they sold. Man, he's got so many funds in crypto, he probably can't keep track. We'll be right back, folks.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are March 14th and 28th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We got markets open and we kick things off in the red with the NASDAQ 100 off by 0.7%, 142 points, trading at 20,318. You got the S&Ps off by about 0.8% right now. And you take a look at the numbers. I'm going to expand that volume. And these last 3 days, man, when you're talking about Thursday, Friday, And Monday, massive volume. And we're continuing that today. We're going to get a big day today, of course. Dow off 320 right now, or about 0.7%. And you got the Russell off by 1.5% right now. And look at the Russell, all right? Let's back it up. Let's go even a little bit further. I mean, look at that, right? You're talking about a Russell that over the last 7 years is now, barely up 300 points. Take a look at the S&Ps on that same picture. Quite the different story. You know, you want to talk about fear in this market, folks? We are sitting right near all-time highs right now. Everyone's freaked out of what this market's done recently. Look at what this stock chart looks like, okay, on a longer-term picture. Look at what this stock chart looks like. Remember, A to B, C to D. Guess what? We're below that C to D projection. 20,623. That was the A to B leg. 10,000 points almost, just more than that. You pull back to your 10,400 level, and you accelerate another 10,000 points. Wouldn't be outlandish for this market. Need to breathe just a little bit. You go back to Bitcoin, the ultimate growth stock, as I like to say, as, boy, you talk about volatility. Bitcoin back to 82,870. And so, yeah, he's a special government employee. I think that's the designation. Let's get it. Got a couple articles up here. There it is. So Sachs is a special government employee exempt from the mandatory divestiture required of other public office holders. And when you tie that into the amount of investments he has, particularly in Solana, and then you get pushback from crypto enthusiasts like the Winklevoss, okay? This guy is padding his own pocket. He's a special employee that doesn't even have to have divestiture. He's saying that he sold all his cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, okay? But guess what? He's got funds that are actively in Solana all over the place. Yeah. They sold their direct crypto holdings soon after the inauguration, okay? His venture capital firm was founded by Sachs in 2017. They've launched 4 funds since then. The last one closed in November at $750 million. And then check this part out, okay? According to the website, Craft Ventures has investments in Bitwise Asset Management, BitGo, Meta Reddit X, but this is the kicker. Solana-focused venture firm Multicoin Capital. They invested in that in 2018. He's a Solana bull. Now, this article is from December of 2024, okay? And you can see that. So he sold them on January 22nd. He was selected early in the administration, as in prior to him being in there, okay? And he's got huge investments in Solana, and he has for the longest time. And so as a result, he has no requirements to divest, and now he's plowing taxpayer money into Solana. All right, for all you fiscal conservatives out there that wants to get the riffraff and the, it makes no sense, folks. When you even got pushback on somebody like the Winklevoss talking about it is just straight out theft. And this is coming from the administration that pumps out their own meme coins, okay? Everybody's got their opinions on that. That's a problem, okay? The president of the United States creating his own meme coins that anybody across the globe can buy, and then you have his crypto czar having the U.S. government spend taxpayer money to buy Solana. Please think big picture on that. And if taxpayer money, when we're trying to eliminate the debt, should be purchasing Solana. I love the conversation of Bitcoin, okay? I don't see how you can win that the U.S. government needs to spend taxpayer money on Solana right now, outside of the fact that the man running the office has a substantial personal position that he is going to gain, Mr. David Sachs, okay? We can turn around the government, we can save money without the cronies in charge taking everything in the meantime, folks, all right? There's a massive amount of wealth that's been created for this gentleman on that decision, and he's a special government employee with no divestitures. We can do better, okay? There's no reason why the taxpayer money should be put into that. Zero. You want to have the conversation on Bitcoin? That's a great conversation, man. you can't win that conversation on Solana, okay? Because if the person in charge actually has no personal stake in the game, there's no way they're spending taxpayer money on Solana. All right, all the pressure to the downside right now in this market with the S&Ps off by 52, Dow off by 411. Let's check in on some of the equities with their numbers. Best Buy, whoo, watch out. This market's freaked out, man. Best Buy off 13.6% right now. They got a problem, and that's what they're telling the world right now. Target shares down by 5.2%. They got a problem. Down by 5.2%, 114. We check in on Walmart. They're trading lower. They do catch a pop, though, up by 1%. I guess if price becomes the problem, Walmart's going to win, man, right? If Target is struggling to compete on price, that's an area where Walmart knows that they can compete. Apple shares, we go through the Magnificent Seven, basically flat this morning. We jump over to Amazon, off by 1.8% right now. Microsoft shares down by 0.6% right now. Tesla off another 2.7%. Look at this chart, man. Yeah, and you're almost giving back the entire election. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. You had a binary choice. This is where you never think you know more than the market, folks. You got a binary choice, Biden versus Trump, all right? You know Elon's all in on Trump. You know you're going to get an acceleration. I was talking about Tesla at 48.88, saying it was overvalued. But, boy, I would not have told you that I expected it when it was at 488 December 18th. Within the span of 3 months, to give back all of those gains, all right? Pay attention to what the charts are telling you, folks. All right, there's no reason why that should be taking place with the type of power that Elon has right now. You talk about it. We jump around to the car companies. Not surprising. Ford down by 2.4% right now. GM down by 3.8% right now. Let's see how the airlines are doing. Delta off by 4.5% right now. United off by 5.6% right now. American off by 4%. JetBlue off by 6.2%. Yeah, look at that run. If you're trading crude, okay, crude loves the $2. Look, we're at a critical area on crude, man. You know, you're selling crude. I might be buying right here. Can you get lower? Yeah, you can. But look at what you got on your side. From September, October, November, and December, we made lows of about 67.50. We're trading at 67.63. We're going to take a look at gold when we get back. Gold up by $20 at 29.21. We'll talk some equities. Don't go away, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We got the NASDAQ 100 now down 145 points. Man, you can't even do justice to the first bar. We got 15 minutes. Let's put it on a 1 minute to see the type of swings you got. From 20,260, 2 minutes into the day, up 170 points exactly to 20,430 and down 130 points. This type of volatility is not indicative of a strong market. Okay, when you can't figure out where you're going, and look at the drop-off we got going on. From 22,300, we're down 2,000 points from where we were trading on February 19th. Remarkable, man. And, you know, we had a great comment in the den talking about a man, No Spin, saying, you know, Trump's going to be pressuring, whether it's his partners, his business buddies. Let's boost this market before I have to speak in front of Congress tonight. Now, that's a great point, No Spin, okay? But where my mind goes there is, and this is why I brought up the crypto deal, those guys aren't billionaires because they're just stepping in with massive amounts of money when the market's cascading lower, okay? There's buying the dip. But the tough part about what's going on here is that you really want change that these tariffs are supposed to bring about. You want investment changes that take years to build supply chains that are no longer centered in Mexico and Canada. There is going to be some severe short-term pain. There's no one way or the other, okay? And, you know, I'm sure the president, because the thinking is right, the president does not want to speak tonight and have the stock market be down. I mean, folks, the NASDAQ 100, I mean, what are we down if we cherry pick the high now? 22,319. We're down to we're almost down 10%. We're almost down 10% in the last 10 trading days. 10% in the last 10 trading days, okay? That's not how the president wants to come in. You can try to be bigger than the market. They say don't fight the Fed, okay? The Fed has some of the room. But look at crypto, and that's my perfect example, okay? Even Bitcoin, on the heels of that announcement, can't catch a bid. All right? So that's a tough one when you have, and yeah, I expect there's going to be. Now, where I don't expect that you could have saying, hey, listen, I really need some help, come in and boost this market. There's too much at work going on right now. You can't be bigger than a market. You can't. That's right. Don't fight the market. You cannot be bigger than the market if we are really getting a repricing that some of these tariffs are real. Okay, you can't be bigger than a repricing like that because it's a generational shift in supply lines that's going to take years to play out. With that said, I imagine the president's aware of what's going on. He's aware of the market reaction. He's aware yesterday, right, that press conference, he pressed it as hard as he could. And I imagine there's some kind of reprieve coming either today, tonight, and that reprieve could just be exemptions, right? Not all items, maybe it's cars, maybe it's certain parts, etc. So that is what's out there, okay, big time, is that there could always be an announcement if things get too rough. He says, you know what, we're going to give a 30-day reprieve again to there's a million things that could be said that could provide a little bit of a relief rally. But here's the tough part. If you actually want change to occur, there has to be some short-term pain. It's the same. It's like everything, folks, okay? If you want to pay off your own debts, you either got to make more or you got to tighten the pocketbook, right? You want to lose weight, you either got to work out more or you got to eat less, okay? You want to start producing goods in America, you have to incentivize investment, which is going to take generational change. There's no easy way around that, and we're experiencing some of it, as we go forward. So, all right, let's take a look at wheat. We got a question. Talking about the weekly wheat. This is a great chart. How do we punch it? Let's take a look. So we say the opinion on the ZW weekly. Now this is wheat. We're down by 1.8% today on a daily. Okay, we put it on a weekly. The one thing I like about this is that your back's against the wall to a certain degree, right? Now you put it on a weekly. I mean, we're testing that line. If you got a line of linear regression, you're somewhere here. This is your technical support on week. You back it up further than that on monthly. This contract brings you back to 2020 when you went as low as 471. I tell you, on a daily, though, I really like how it lines up. Because on a daily, you got a price area here. If you zoom in just where we were, you're talking about 530. That's where I put my buy, right there. We touched that area in November. We touched that area in December. We touched it in January, and almost got there. We got to a low of 532 in late January. We're coming back into that area. You could always scale in on that as well. But yeah, it's always nice to have a nice technical area. All right, we got a great question on Harmony. So here's your chart of Harmony right now. We're up to 1249. You're down by 0.3% today. Okay. Now, here's what's happening in some of these gold equities. Okay, is that their costs are in other currencies and their revenue is in US dollars. Okay, so this is where things get different, equity versus equity. All right, but you got to imagine they're getting paid in US dollars for gold. Okay, well, guess what? Things are changing on the currency front. Okay, so it's interesting, and that's one of the factors going on here. It's one of the factors that, they had a very weak currency that they're paying all their costs in, and they had a very strong currency. And so that's one of the things at play here. Yeah, in Harmony, well off the highs at 1249 out here. You're at 997. Financials melting. XLF down by 2.6%. Okay, we got Bank of America down by 5% right now. JP Morgan down by 3.6%. Watch out, man. Look at this. And this is why I say the buddies stepping in front, no snap. You're looking at these, okay? I'm not sure you're stepping in front of this train right now because they look big picture, and there's a reason why you got Warren Buffett hoarding cash, okay? And if you think that this area on this chart is a great area to load up on equities and buy the dip, I encourage you to think a little bit longer term. Because, boy, now shorter term, yeah, you better believe this might be a dip buy, okay? You better believe it. President speaking tonight, okay? We all know the deal. He's not going to want a cascading adventure going into there. But longer term, pressure is to the downside in this market. And we barely just got a red bar in the NASDAQ 100. We were talking about it all last week, right? Barely got that red bar in February. We opened February at 21,200, and only on the last day on Friday did we cascade to a red bar. Without Friday, you actually had a green bar on a monthly basis. So it's Tuesday. Friday, Monday, Tuesday is all we're dealing with. Other than that, it's been monthly green bars all the way. So there's some real risk here in this market. That's why I worry. His buddies aren't coming to the rescue, man. They didn't become billionaires by throwing all that money away to the market. Because if he's real about these tariffs, man, yeah, there's a repricing going on. NASDAQ 100 off by 173. S&P's off by 65. One more segment, folks. Come on back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks, and I have the Rand, the South African Rand. Of course, Harmony, doing business in South Africa. And yeah, you can see the volatility here. Now, what this is this is the spot rate of what $1, how many Rand it gets you, right? So when we had dollar strength, $1 was getting you all the way up to almost 19 Rand. We're now at 18. But there are currency plays in here. And so think about it, right? Their expenses are in rands. They make money in US dollars. So every dollar they're taking in, they're going to take that and put it to cost for their expenses in rand. And what happens there is you get a strong dollar, you get more rand. So there's going to be this divergence on some of these equities. And I'll talk more about this as we go forward. But it's one of the things that, as I was writing the gold report this week, you look at some of these equities, and I had the same question, right? Why is this equity here? Why isn't this higher? Isn't this an automatic buy? Look where gold is, and look where a company like Harmony is. Well off at $12.50, a double top made in October and made up there. So that's the only thing that gives you a little bit of pause. is when you look at if we really have, right, the other currencies strengthen and the dollar weaken, and you go back to the DXY right now, all right, we've had quite the weakening from 110 to 106. I think the pressure's to the downside right now. It is going to weigh on some of those gold equities a bit when you have them having to pay their expenses in currencies that have strengthened in relation to the dollar, and then their revenue is going to come in a weaker currency versus their expenses. Now, all things considered, where gold is, that's a big determinant, of course, as you have gold continue to push all-time highs at 29.20 this morning. But yeah, that's a big picture for why that's happening in those gold equities. So we'll keep our eye on those for sure. All right, folks, we got negative action in this market. We jump over to the VIX, and there's a spike for you. That's a real spike, okay? I was saying earlier in the week, 6 times since September, the VIX had been higher. Not the case anymore. We're at 24.67. Fear in this market. Stay tuned, folks. Basil Chapman's up next. We got live programming today. Should be an interesting one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.